Question 7 says a teacher is designing a program to perform simple syntax checks on programs written by students. Two global 1D arrays are used to store the syntax error data. Both arrays contain 500 elements. The array error code contains integer values representing error numbers in the range 1 to 800, and error text contains string values that represent the error description. So we see here, for example, index 1, while the error code is 10, and this is the example, error message. And of course, likewise. Right, it says there are less than 500 error codes, so corresponding elements in both arrays may be unused. Unused elements in error code have the value 999. These will occur at the end of the array, and the value of unused elements in error text is undefined. So I guess we can see here, right, 999 undefined. Right, values in error code are stored in ascending order, but not all values may be present. For example, there is no error code 31. Like here, right, there's no error code 1, no error code 2, right, no 11, 12, 13. Some error numbers are undefined. In these instances, the error code array will contain a valid error number, but the corresponding error text will contain an empty string. Which I guess here we can see this one. Okay, so here, right, this is what we want to write. We want to prompt the user for input of two error numbers. We then output a list of error numbers between those two input numbers. Right, this will be inclusive. And with the error description. Then we output a warning message when the error description is missing, e.g. for error number 50, right, it says error text missing. Then we output a simple header and final count of error numbers. Basically we just want this format. And then so we just want to write this, and it says I guess we don't need validation. Alright, so we can kind of assume these are two valid. The two input numbers are valid. Alright, so if we just go and write this, let's go procedure. This will be OutputRange. Right, and then here, I guess probably we can actually declare some variables. Maybe let's say start and let's say end. Right, this will be integer. Now do we need anything else? Maybe. Alright, I mean let's just try and write this, and if we need anything else, let's go back and declare it later. So here then, let's say maybe enter start, enter start range or start number. Right, then we're just going to input, and we'll input that into start. Right, then let's just output, we'll enter ending range or end range. And of course, let's input that into end. Okay, enter. Right, then what do we want to do? Right, and a lot of these questions, they do want you to be sort of semi-efficient. So you've got to think, let's say if we only want errors, 10 to 60, then as soon as we go past 60, we can stop. Right, so I think we'll probably also want a while loop just so we can do that. So let's also have an index then, because if we're using a while loop, this won't be included, in the sort of for. In the for loop automatically. And I guess this one you could either have a while, right, or you can have a repeat until. That's also fine. So I think the first one, let's just output this. So this header. Output. And we just want to say, right, list of error numbers from. Right, and then we want to go start. Okay, then we just go to, and let's move this across again. Right, then we just go end. And then here, I think what we can do, let's go while. And again, guys, right, here we actually have starter code, and the way you can get this, as always, click on the exam questions, right, find the correct year, the correct paper. And this has all of the error messages, right, all of the error codes. So right, I think what we want to do, we want to say while the index is 1, and let's also assign this index. Maybe let's start it at 1. So we want to say while the index is less than let's say less than or equal to 500. Right, and then this will be checking that if the current error code is less than the end. because for example, let's say here, well, the end should be 60, but if the next position is, error code 70, well, then we just want to end. So here we want to say the error code, this will be the position index, and this should be, yeah, I guess, right, less than or equal to the end. Yeah, I think that should be fine. Right, then let's just go end while. And what we want to do here, I guess we need an if statement because, yeah, there might be missing text. So, right, let's go. Yeah, okay, and we also need to check that if we've gone past the start, because we might have something where we only want to output error codes from, 100 to 200. So if we're on error code 10, well, of course, we've not reached 100 at the moment. So I guess here then we want to check if error code index, and yeah, let's make sure this is capitals. Right, this has to be greater than or equal to start. And we don't actually have to check if it's less than or equal to end because, well, we're checking that here anyway. Right, so if that's fine, I guess, yeah, that's okay. And then what we'll do, let's have another if here, and we'll check that if the error, if the error text is equal to an empty string, or yeah, we can do not equal. So I guess what, if it's not equal, then we can just output the sort of line number, or yeah, the error code, and then the error text. So let's go output. This will be error code. Right, this will also be the index. Then we just have the space, the colon, and then we just go error text. Yeah, this will also be index. Right, else. Well, actually, I'm just going to copy this. Yeah, then let's just go end if. Right, and then instead of outputting this error text, well, what we're going to do is it just what error? Yeah, error text missing. Alright, and then I've realised, okay, we will also need a count, because yeah, we have to count this. So let's go count here. Right, let's also initialize this count to 0. And then yeah, I guess inside here, right, so we can either do it, before this, yeah, or we can do it here, both will be fine. And then yeah, we just want to increment count like this, and just make sure to end if. Yeah, okay, then we can just output this at the end. Yeah, I think I've done that so many times. Okay, so this will be count, and then right, what's the text that they want? Just error numbers output. Alright, so let's just end procedure and then we'll just test this. And I guess, if we just look at mine here, so maybe let's just go between like 1 and 10, or yeah, maybe 1 and 100. And again, it seems I forgot to increment. Yeah, it seems, almost every time I always forget to increment the index. So that can just be here. Right, okay, so let's say start range is 1, the end range can be 100. And yeah, this seems to be okay. And then yeah, it says 50 error numbers output. Probably that's correct. Now, let's actually try and give some of them just empty text, because actually here, well, none of them are empty, right? These are all valid. So let's just say this one, and let's try again. Let's try 1, let's only go to 20. Yeah, then it says error text missing. Now, let's say we want to do from maybe 100 to 200, so, we just don't start at 1. And yeah, okay, this seems to work. And then I guess one other condition, we might also want to end if it gets to 999. Right, because I guess, yeah, 999, well, that's obviously not going to be a valid error message. But then I guess at the same time, right, it does say that they should enter, yeah, I guess it does say that, these start and end, they're already validated. Yeah, they don't need to be checked, basically. Because I guess the user is only going to input, is it between 1 and 800 that the error messages can be. Alright guys, so I think, yeah, this one seems okay, and then next we'll just go on to part B. Here it says 2 additional modules are defined. There's sort arrays, which sort the arrays into ascending order of error code. Then there's AddError, which is the one we need to create. this takes two parameters, an error number as an integer and an error description as a string. It then writes the error number and error description to the first unused elements of the two arrays, and ensures the error code array is still in ascending order. Then we want to return the number of unused elements after the new error number has been added, and return -1 if the new error number could not be added. So for example, I mean, this one, to ensure they're sorted, well, basically we would just call this sort arrays. And then for this one, to return the number of unused elements after the new error number has been added. Well, let's imagine we can add at index, 495. Well, the way we can work out how many unused elements there are, we just do 500 minus 495. Because if we think, well, we insert a 495, right, therefore, 496, 497, 498, 499, 500. So that means there's 5 elements that are, unused after ours. Okay, so let's just see if we can do this. Right, so since this returns, this will be a function. So is it AddError? Right, it takes an error number. Right, that's going to be an integer. And let's just move this across again. Right, then it also takes an error description, and that will be a string. And well, here then it's just, returns integer. Okay, so let's think about the variables we need. Right, so again, I mean, we're going to use a while loop for this, or we could use a repeat until. So let's make sure to have an index, and hopefully this time I'll remember to increment. Right, let's also remember just to assign this the value 0. Now do we need anything else? I think maybe we don't need anything else. Right, so let's just try this. And this time let's try repeat until. Right, so again, let's say, we want to repeat, and in fact, maybe let's also have a success. Right, so this can be a flag, like a boolean. And we'll just set this to be false. Right, so let's say we want to repeat it, until success equals true. Right, or, and then I guess this can be index is greater than 500. Okay, I think, right, maybe that should work. And then what we'll do, let's say the index, I mean, we could set this to 1 here, that would also be okay. And then I guess we can just increment this at the end. Right, so what we want to do then, let's go, so, I mean, to check that it's empty, we just want to go if the error number. Because I'm not sure as to, how are they checking? I mean, right, so it says, first 2 unused elements in the 2 arrays. So, I mean, here, are they saying this one will be unused when the error text is empty, or are they saying this when it's 999? Honestly, I'm not sure. I think maybe they're saying 999. I mean, I think that's what I would go with. Because I think here it says, right, error code has a valid error number, but error text will contain an empty string. So I think here it must just be when it's 999, right? That's when they're saying it's empty. Okay, so what do we want to do? We want to check if the error code, this will be at the, this index, right? If this equals 999, then what we can do, I mean, I guess one thing, let's just set the success to true, right? Just so we don't forget. And then here, what we can just actually insert. So let's go. Right, error code, this will then be, this index, and right, the error code is going to be this error num. Likewise, we can then actually just go error description, this will also be index, then this will be the error description. Okay, and hang on, right, this is the error text, right, this is the array. Now, I mean, I guess here we actually just return, so we don't actually need this success equals true. right? Because, well, here we'll just, leave the function by returning. And then what we want, well, this should just be 500 and then minus index. Yeah, I think that should be fine. Right, let's just go end if. And yeah, maybe I'll just delete this success. Yeah, although, Cambridge, to be honest, they don't seem to like returning from inside a loop, for some reason. Yeah, I'm not sure why they don't like doing that. So, I mean, I guess we can also keep this success, that's fine, right, even though it's, not necessary. Anyway, right, I guess, well, if we get to the end of the loop, what do we want to do? Return -1. Yeah, return -1, and I think, right, we also need to sort the arrays. Now, if it couldn't be added, then, we don't need to sort it. But I guess, yeah, if we did add it, well, here, let's just go call, and then we'll just sort arrays. Yeah, okay, right, that should be fine. Now, guys, I have realized that I haven't actually copied this sort arrays from the other question, so let me just copy this and then we can test it. Okay, so by the time anyone actually uses this code, this sort arrays will already be kind of added. So yeah, for you, don't worry about that. But I've just gone and copied and pasted it across. And I think now we can just test it. So we're just going to add error. This will be, well, yeah, error number 9, right, this text. And then we're just going to add error number 2. And then I'm just going to output range just so we can test it. Alright, so let's see this. Yeah, so it says, well, first there's 98 error messages, kind of 98 positions remaining, right, then there's 97 positions remaining, that seems to make sense. And then let's see the start range, well, let's just go 1, and then we'll just go to 10. And if we just move this across, so yeah, we see, right, error 2 is first error, okay, we added this, and then error 9, another error. Right, guys, so again, I mean, this seems to work. Any questions, right, ask in the comments, ask on Discord, and hopefully see you in the next video.